Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. I'm afraid I have a bit of bad news. We don't have any more party members that we have to collect. We've gotten them all. But we are still missing 2 Espers. One of them we will get once we beat the final Legendary Dragon. One we'll get tonight. And we're going to do it as part of a side quest that will bring closure to a character I really like. So Doma Castle, which we're now in, was the site of Kefka's first real atrocity. He poisoned the entire castle's water supply and killed nearly everyone inside, including the King of Doma along with Cyan's wife and child. So of course we got some silly music and Three Stooges once he comes back to rest. Curly, Larry, and Mo. This is the first time we've been back, and of course, the way we get all the good backstory is by sleeping. So, Cyan marches right into the site of a massacre, and he takes a nice little cat nap. And weirdly, it's not Cyan who wakes up in the middle of the night with night terrors. It's Sabin to start, and everyone appears to be sucked into this dreamscape. So we have the 3 Dream Stooges here to feast on his nightmare, and everybody else is in this cool-looking surrealist hellscape. Everything about the style of the dreamscape makes me think of the Fade from Dragon Age Origins, which is the most infamous level in that game. It's so meandering and boring that there are entire mods dedicated just to skipping that part of the game, with nothing lost. Fortunately for us, we don't have to suffer through a bunch of horseshit. Yet. That'll come when we get to the next... actually, the boss after the next. The other place I think of here is the Arcane Sanctum in Diablo 2, which is a great memory. With all the narrow, pearly walkways and stairs branching every which way. Our gimmick is that the doors will teleport you around. The first couple, you just take the closest door from where you get dumped off. If you just keep taking the closest one to you, you'll eventually come out to a fork in the road, and you'll want to go up the top right here. Through the door, up the right set of stairs. To the left? No, but the left just takes us out to a dead end that's really, really easy to catch. So we go to the left, we pick up the second party member, who for us is going to be Mog. And then from here, it's actually hard to get lost. This one, this is the only way to go. There's a slight fork here. We want to go to the bottom left on this one. I think these are the same enemies we've been seeing. I have such a hard time making out the top sprite. But you could tell these are surreal, slightly bizarre, dreamlike images inside of Cyan's mind that bear some kind of special significance to him. Like the top ones appear to be some kind of machinery. The bottom one, it's different. There's a lot to unpack there. Freud would have a good time inside Cyan's dream dungeon. And again, we have only one way to go. That center door there looks particularly inviting, so we should probably get ready for something to happen through there. And since we have our full party minus Cyan, whose mind we're inside, easy to anticipate that there's probably a boss. Especially since the Dream Stooges ran off whenever we approached them individually, saying that they, wow, those are ugly kids. It's like Pablo's kid in Narcos. Holy shit. And they start off with Pearl Wind, a full heal for them. Or rather, a full value heal, 10k. Not very helpful. So that one in the back absorbs wind elementals. Still probably useful to get a little bit AoE in on those 2. Since all of Sabin's other blitzes are random and his attack command will still probably do less. Each of them have a different elemental strength and a different weakness, and slightly different attacks. The one up top that we're attacking will revive fallen members of the Stooges, and he's also the one who I think casted Pearl Wind at the beginning. He is weak to fire, or rather, I have them backwards. This one should be weak to fire. The one up top was weak to blizzard. He's also weak to getting bum rushed. This is basically everything. This one, my Firaga from... I'm not sure if... No, he doesn't absorb that. Good. So it's doing full damage to him. That could just do it. Because I think the Thundara is a counterattack? Nope. This is definitely gonna kill him, though. Individually, they don't have the most health. The priority is just killing the one up top, the one that can revive them. Because he will use Life 2, which is a Rise, the full health. Revive. And next in the Nightmare, we get dumped out into the Phantom Train. Remember we found all of the technical manuals about machinery in his chest on Mount Zozo? Well, I guess that makes sense because he watched the Phantom Train take his wife and his child away after they had died. It ferries the souls of the dead away to the afterlife. Cyan has this really neat and subtle fear of machinery in large part because of the Phantom Train. So it makes sense that we're back here. I said this neat fear of machinery. It's neat that they would incorporate this detail in this way. And they don't really beat you over the head with it. So we've seen all of the enemies that show up here already. It's not an enemy variety rich location. Plus, this will prevent us from having to deal with getting interrupted by monster battles in the middle of doing puzzle solving, which is a lot of what the Phantom Train is. This switch up here will move these two boxes on a timer. If you hit it twice, you can just get it right away instead of having to loop all the way around. I think it's after 4 seconds it switches back. That chest will block you from getting the one up top. Pay attention to this configuration. From that chest we get a lump of metal, which you can stick in this chest to weigh it down, so you can get up here and get the flame shield. There's a diary on the desk. Memorize the positions. So it's referring to the positions of those 6 chests. We're going to say that's 1, 2, and 6 are open. Going left to right, top to bottom. For this one, we want to hit the switch on the far right. Then this switch over here on the left. We're going to ignore the one on the far left, to my left right now, behind the bench. Hit the one on the right again, because that switch is not used for the puzzle. We go 2, and then 1 more on the right. I think this is the last move. Yep. So this shifts all the furniture up 1 tile so we can pass underneath. And remember in the last train cart, we have to close these 2 so it's 1, 2, and 6 open. Then you hit the switch. That opens up the wall so we can keep moving from compartment to compartment. Don't need that. Especially since I'm not losing health or expending MP. This is once again the engine room. Remember how we configured the switches when we were in on the Phantom Train near the beginning of the game. That's it for that sequence. Again, we get another bit of machinery, and machinery this time more related to the Empire. This is Imperial Magitech armor. And I want to take the Malulu charm off because we'll get some new encounters down here. This is not a long stretch by any means, but we'll see 1 or 2 new things. Like the IO. It is a palette swap. The sprite that we just fought last time in the ancient castle. And like most machinery, it's going to be weak to lightning. So we're going to thunder beam the shit out of this. It's cool that we finally get back inside the Imperial armor, since the last time we were here was when we were riding the Imperial armor out of the campsite near Doma. in the world of balance. So once you get here, if you just kept following that cave around, it would loop. So what you actually want to do is break the loop by going backwards. So again, it's a dream. Space and time can be impossible and they don't have to make sense. Once you complete the Phantom Train and that, you wake up in this tinted dreamscape bedroom, talking to the ghosts of, Cyan's wife and kid. My husband, Cyan, continues to torture himself for what happened. He failed to defend Doma, the world's slowly dying, and there's his family. A beast known as Rexol is taking advantage of him. Oh, fuck Rexol! Not because of what it's doing to Cyan, torturing him from within, but because the fight sucks. Yeah, plus they're wreaking havoc on Cyan. That's bad too. But I mainly just don't like the fight. It's a really poorly implemented gimmick fight. So the layout of the Dreamscape Doma Castle is the same as what we've already been through. So all we really have to do is head out into the throne room. And all the castles really have the same basic layout. So the throne room is just straight back here. He's overcome by despair, he's powerless, he's fed by anger, hatred, sorrow, and so many things we've heard before. So maybe the Dream Stooges are his sons. This boss, I'm gonna tell you right now, this boss sucks. And I will most certainly be fast-forwarding at some point in this boss battle. He starts off by possessing a random party member, and only appears when that party member has hit a critical status, like KO, zombie, or petrify. It takes a long time to kill your own party, for one, and the two soul savers here are very weak, so they don't contribute to that effort very much. So that, plus the guessing game of which one you have to kill to get Rexol to appear, makes this tedious. If you have access to them, try to do things like instant death, or vanish, or even break, because break will cause the petrify status, which works. I mean, I guess it's different, but different isn't always good. Especially when the fight is such a slog. Eventually you'll guess right, and he will reappear for a long while, and you can get a lot of damage in. I think he does eventually possess you again, so hopefully you have the damage output to one-cycle him, or this will turn into a very fucking long fight. Very boring one, too. Non-elemental spells or defense-piercing ones are the way to go against him. He absorbs a variety of different elements, and he has very high magic defense otherwise. And with that, I think it's time to double time. Oh, it's not saving. think you have what? 22,000 or so? Oh, please don't let him possess. Fuck yeah! I feel like I was very close to not making that first cycle. I would have been so upset by that. So once again, a character's major side quest in the world of Ruin comes to a close with said character gaining closure. But Cyan gets 2 really big side quests here. And inside his own dream, he gets to say his goodbyes to his family. The goodbyes that he didn't quite get when the Phantom Train rode off with them. And we don't have that awkward comedic relief on this spot either. So, this is him letting go. My beloved, we'll always be together. Papa, we love you. And with that, they're gone. In his dreams again. Still find this kind of abstract and odd. But looks like Cyan is going to pick up one more thing. Will always be at your side. As a sword! We get a little hint at some magicite up on the throne. Which, the dream ends, so we can't pick it up yet. But once everybody wakes up, and Cyan is done wiping the tears away, we can go grab that. Cyan's soul cleared itself of all doubt and confusion, and Cyan has mastered all of his Bushido sword skills. Great, so we don't have to get him to level 70 or 72 or whatever. So he just gets them all. Great, perfect. There's this chest in here we saw, high ether, and there should be an elixir in the clock as usual. Good, 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 good. There are a couple of other small minor locations in the castle to see, but I don't think we get anything in them. In fact, this just did a loop. So let's proceed straight towards the throne room and see what we get from that magicite. It's a good one of my favorite sprites. It is Alexander. We have 1 Esper left to go. We're gonna get it next time, because we only have Kefka's Tower left. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.